Hello, welcome to Simply Freedom. My name's Carrie and it's Vlogtober. I haven't been filming every day, but I'm giving you updates as I know them. Today is an update. I'm going to tell you what I've accomplished so far in October. When I'm filming this is about October 17th, so this is what I've accomplished so far this month, and I'll try to give you another update in about a week if I can remember. I feel like I'm getting a lot done. The goal for me this month was to get some decluttering done, some deep cleaning, and some planning. The planning is just a little bit planning ahead for Christmas, and I showed you kind of at the beginning of the month what I've done with my Christmas planner and how I got that all refreshed. Let's talk about decluttering, what I've done so far. My goals were to do it simple, not to spend hours and hours decluttering. Part of that is I'm already pretty pared down, but I just know that it's a good habit to get into, to get the old stuff out before you're bringing new stuff in, especially when the holidays are about to approach. So I went through our personal care items and medicines, and I found some expired eye drops, some mini travel toothpaste, old ibuprofen, some vitamins, and then even some cat treats. So that's what I decluttered in that. I also went quickly through my kitchen cabinets, and I mean, I literally just like opened each one up, kind of scanned. Do I see anything there that I don't need, that I'm not using? I will be honest, there were a few things where I'm like, maybe, but then I left them for now. But so I came up with just a very few things. I'll mention this in a minute, but I replaced the drip pans on my stove, so those were still in my kitchen. So that's some item that I got rid of. I found some old kind of crunchy cupcake liners, koozies for beer that I don't want anymore. There were these bags to help keep your vegetables fresh. It was already in the package. I'd never used them, so I let those go, and I even found an old toothbrush. So, that was the kitchen cabinets. That's all I found, 5 things. And my guess is that if you would do something similar, and I have quite a few cabinets, but even if you went through each one, either you're going to find 1 or 2 items at the most in each cabinet that you don't need. I'm sure if you're doing it quick. If you're doing it deeper, you're probably going to you potentially might find more. And then as far as the other thing that I did with decluttering is I just briefly one day, kind of on a whim, I wasn't even necessarily planning to do paper decluttering, but right before an appointment I was like, oh, let me just look into the file cabinet and see if I can go through one of these basic files I have and see if there's anything in there that needs to go get rid of. And I found about 31 pieces of paper in about 15 minutes. Our files are also very streamlined at this point. I did a huge purge like in 2015 of files. I have like a 2-drawer file cabinet, and it was just packed, and I had stuff even outside of the file cabinet. And now we're down to probably a third of a file cabinet that we have, and a lot of it is now just all together. And so I just quickly go through it. So that was good. I did find a tax file that I want to. It's from 2012, I believe. And since that's like the oldest one, I want to go through and scan it and then shred everything else that I don't need. So hopefully I will get to that later this month. As I said before, one of the other things that I wanted to accomplish in October to kind of start preparing for the holidays is to do some deep cleaning. I did have some, my parents came to visit recently, and so I did have some motivation to get some of these tasks done before they came. As I mentioned before, I did clean my oven. Not sure if that it was as dirty from just our use over the last year, because we've been here about a year, or if it was dirty before we moved in and I just didn't realize it. But it wasn't terrible. But what I did is I went and bought oven cleaner. It's like the fume-free oven cleaner. Easy Off, I believe, is the brand. And you spray it onto a cold oven, you let it sit for at least 2 hours or overnight, and then you eventually just wipe everything off. And amazingly, it did a really good job. So I also bought new drip pans because those were really bad. I don't think I've had an oven that had coils and drip pans for a long, long time. So I think I just wasn't up on keeping them clean. And so they got dirty really fast. And so I just replaced them. I did get our ceiling fans dusted. It's that time of year where it's starting to get just a little bit cooler. And so I took those fans, turned them off, and wiped all the blades off with a microfiber cloth. And then the final thing I did was went around with a wool duster to all my ceilings and got the cobwebs wiped away. Really didn't find that many. We've only been here a year, but I feel like we have more bugs, and so it is one of those things that I wanted to get done, particularly before my parents arrived. All right, and the final thing that I've been working on this month is some planning, and what I've done so far is written up my stock up list, and I just recorded a video last week what I have on my list, and by the time you see this video I should already have a stock up list video about what kinds of things I'm stocking up in October to help me in November and December. And then finally, I talked with our girls about gifts that they might want for Christmas. Nothing's completely definitive, but one of them particularly has given me quite a few ideas, so I've been able to kind of start acting on some of those. And then the other one, you know, she at least knows I'm interested is in hearing what she wants when she knows what she wants. And the other thing I talked to them about was which baking items that they want, you know, baked goods. What do they want me to make this year? It was interesting because there was one that they no longer want, and then there was one that one wants but the other one doesn't, so that means I could probably make a little bit less. So started planning. You know, nothing's definitive, but at least I have an idea of what they want. I'm gonna try to not have too much sugar this year, but and then I guess the other thing, this would go in planning too, is I did end up getting into the dentist. I may have mentioned that in another video, but is once something that I wanted to check off my list and complete. So kind of, I call it planning because I had to make an appointment in order to get it done. Oh, I actually also, right as my eye starts bothering me, I actually got into the eye doctor as well, and I now have new contacts, so all the better to see you with. Well, thanks for listening to me ramble on about what I've accomplished so far in October. I will say it's actually quite motivational for me to have made a plan and then share it with you and see that you're following along, and might also get motivation as well. I really truly believe, and I've had experience in previous years, that the more that we can plan ahead, especially in October and November, that will eventually help us in to have a stress-free Christmas and enjoy our Christmas more. You know, sit down and watch a movie on a Saturday night instead of being out at the mall. So that's what all of this is about. I know it doesn't seem as much like Christmas yet that I'm doing, but getting the deep cleaning done helps so that I can kind of be in maintenance mode with some of these things. And the decluttering just gets the stuff out of the way so we're not fumbling around with it. And the other months are even having to think about it in November and December. So just makes me feel better. All right, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Comment down below and tell me what you've accomplished in October that's going to help you have a stress-free Christmas. And please subscribe. Thank you.